Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new Critical Role recaps every Saturday at noon, and would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. This week, we're going to be trying something a little different than usual. Instead of covering the brand new Exandria Unlimited Kymel special, I figured I would do what one of you guys requested in the comments of last week's video. But I'm gonna do it with a little twist. Jason Fuentes recommended I discuss the strengths and weaknesses of the Bell's Hells, and I decided I would also add that in with my personal ranking of the party in terms of my favorites. So quick disclaimer, just because a character is lower on my favorites list doesn't mean I don't like them. I can actually say I have yet to meet a main campaign player character that I dislike. I think our cast does an excellent job at fleshing out even the most unlikable of people, and I adore pretty much everyone who has shown up so far. I mean, look at Chetney and his alpha tattoo. Are you kidding? Also for this list, I will be leaving out Bertrand Bell and Dorian Storm, as they're not mainstays through the campaign. There will be spoilers. Be warned. So here we go. Ashton. Visually, Ashton is one of the coolest characters to walk through the doors of Exandria High School. I think his aesthetic and his personality are very interesting, and I really love his I don't give a fuck come what may personality. I sort of want to put an asterisk next to Ashton because I feel like my main reason he comes in so low is we just don't know him that well yet. We are still very early in this campaign, and I think as the story of Ashton unfolds, they potentially will rise in my ranking. I think he's a super interesting build with his homebrewed subclass, and it's cool to see Taliesin in the shoes of a barbarian after his role of Caduceus in Campaign 2. Overall, Ashton is a powerhouse of the group. It's almost safe to say that about most of the party in this campaign. Once we get to the later levels, we will be seeing the mobility become more of an issue for him like it did with Grog. I'm interested to see if any of his nifty rage options will give him the ability to become more ranged in the future. Overall, Ashton's so cool, and I can't wait to see what they do next. At number 6, Orym. I'm trying to put hotness aside for a minute and actually judge my favorites for this campaign with some sort of unbiasedness. I think Orym being this low is also the same as Ashton. We just don't know him that well. Orym is one of the characters who plays his cards very close to the vest. And also, like I said, it's still super fucking early. In actuality, he was lower on this list before his reveal in the Campfire Confessionals of episode 17. Finding out about the loss of his husband and his relationship with his assassination plot storyline has really humanized him for me, and that's why he rised up. It's what I had been waiting for since Orym was introduced in EXU. It's cool to see a fighter in the ranks of this campaign too, and I feel like it really suits his personality, especially with his serve and protect nature and his penchant to use goading attacks. I think, especially as a halfling with their limited movement, we will see the same need to increase his mobility when monsters get scarier and can fly and swim and do all the crazy shit. At number 5, Imogen. I think Imogen was a cool next step for Laura to take after how chaotic Jester was in the previous campaign. I had a gut feeling after I saw Laura as the Air Genasi character in the Darrington Brigade one-shot that her next character would have pastel pink or purple hair, and I just love how her design plays with color theory with her yellow and purple accents. I love the flavors too, with how sensitive her head is and how she can read people's minds. It feels so realistic. I think it's so cool that we have 2 sorcerers at play in this campaign, and I'm excited to see how Matt balances them and helps them deal with the glass cannon nature of their class. I also think that Imogen's backstory is one of the most compelling storylines we currently have running in the campaign, with the Red Storm, and I look forward to gaining some more of those answers before I, make a finite decision on anybody. At number 4, Fresh Cut Grass. I will go on record to say Fresh Cut Grass is one of my favorite character designs of any campaign. And as an avid Funko collector, I not only need Campaign 2 pops, so please hurry up with that, but I definitely need Campaign 3 just so I can see this little bot in action. I'm really happy that Matt modified their ability to switch hands. I feel like that was sort of hindering FCG's physical capabilities. And I'm interested to see whether Sam is going to take a more control-based playstyle with his spellcasting, or maybe become a bit more offensive. FCG is a Marisha ray of light, and I love the depth that we've reached so far despite not knowing much about their history. Even your therapist has hard days. And I really enjoy the realism Sam is placing into the character despite his odd preface. I'm dying to know, did Fresh Cut Grass murder everyone he knows? What do you guys think? It's too good to be true. I think he's a killer robot. I don't know what that says about me, but I mean, there's probably going to be an AI war. Just saying. Stephen Hawking warned us all. At number 3, Chetney. I was a little hesitant when Travis strolled on the scene with this strange old gnomish man, the second old man in one campaign, and he proceeded to boomer charm himself into my 3rd place spot. I am so happy Travis finally made his werewolf character that you know he's been itching for since Vox Machina encountered the first lycanthropes in the Feywild in Campaign 1. Chetney places so high based on his humor alone, and it's awesome that Travis is finally letting loose again with his unhinged humor he possessed with Grog. The descriptors of his werewolf transformations are so cool, him tearing his skin and how fur pops up everywhere, and I'm excited to see the mechanics come into play and how they work when the moons are in full force. I'm curious to see, however, if his story goes deeper, or if this is just another old man Travis is waiting to die before he wheels in the next one. With their nature magic, their ability to transform into animals and elementals, I believe long game druids are one of the strongest classes in the game. In early levels, they're broken if you choose the right wild shape. Brown Bear, I'm looking at you. And though their skill does sort of taper, the late levels you have endless shape change options that I can't help but be excited to see Fearne take advantage of. She had me in episode 1 with her humor. Once I watched her pluck that earring off that elephant folk's ear, I knew it was love. I think she also has one of the more alluring backstories, especially right now with all the Nightmare King and Feywild shit surrounding the Heartmoor. I think Ashley just plays her so well, and the dry humor she brings to every character is what excites me to watch each week. I can't wait to see how Fearne grows and changes. And the whole will they, won't they with Chetney. Finally, at number 1, Laudna. I think we all expected this. Or maybe not if you're new to watching this. But Laudna is the creepiest ray of sunshine in existence, and I'm so happy we got to meet her. I find Marisha's choice of characters to roleplay so interesting. They're almost polarizing to some people as she plays with perception, and the characters that she portrays, they're not necessarily likable or approachable at first. Like, Keyleth was the voice of reason in a sea of gray morality. Bo was a hot but rude at times, socially awkward monk. And now you have Laudna, who even though her personality is all clear skies and daisies, her outward appearance prevents people from drawing closer. I'm so excited to watch her growth, because I feel like that's what Marisha does so well. Bo and Keyleth's journeys were so magic as they developed through their respective stories. Not to mention, Laudna's ties with Vox Machina's campaign really have me tuning in each week. The Sun Tree backstory was devastating, and yet she still smiles. One of the most evil beings in existence is a voice in her head, yet she still does good. Laudna is a wonder to behold, and I can't wait to get to know each and every single one of the members of Bell's Hells through this campaign. They're one of the most intriguing groups we've gotten so far, and it's really cool to see them settle into their role-playing capabilities. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts so far, and how your list stacks up to mine. Would you also like to see a similar video? One that summarizes my feelings on the Vox Machina campaign or the Mighty Nine campaign. Also, can we please talk about Laura Bailey's new hair? The purple looks amazing, and I love that she's channeling her inner Imogen with her new look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and check out my other content. I have a podcast where we post weekly reviews of movies and TV shows on youtube.com/apilotpodcast. And I also have an album out called Scorpio, and it would mean a lot if you went and gave it a listen. Stay safe out there. Bidet, my friends.
I've been hoping, I've been praying, there's no complaining until you